Ready, yeah. Gary, your thoughts on today?
Always disappointed with a defeat at home, and I suppose at certain points of the game could have gone either way, but we didn't really show enough clinical ability in their box, and we certainly didn't show good defending in and around our box, and that loses you the game if you do that. If you can't take your opportunities and they take theirs. We seemed a lot more open than they did, which we've got to look at. But we've lost the game, and we still got to keep fighting, because we've got to find two teams that are worse than us. There will be lads coming in. We know that now. We've got two or three that are already sort of on the go, and unfortunately some of these lads are going to miss out for the second half of the season, sort of thing. But anyway, that's what's happened, and unfortunately it was a poor home performance. It was just one that sort of proved that we need now reinforcements.
How quickly will those reinforcements be in?
Well, 3 of them should be in straight away. We're probably going to be working with them up to the Wycombe game, and then they'll all watch the Wycombe game, and then be ready to join us. And there's 2 or 3 others that we're still in negotiations with, in the hope that we can take over the contract from the clubs that they're at.
So this is looking like pretty major surgery that you're going to be making?
I think it's got to be major surgery now, yeah, because 4 wins in 22 games. You know, we've got 1 more game before the time that I said that I'd give them. Some are proving that they're this level, and some are proving not to be this level, and that's a shame for them, because a lot of them, I picked a lot of them up from being released at professional clubs, and then football league clubs, and then give them that opportunity to prove themselves again. And then some that have never played at this level, I've given them the opportunities to play at this level, and some have done all right and some haven't. So unfortunately, it's everyone knew that was the time scale, and that they had to produce enough to get us further up the league and get more wins, and also to be better. You know, we needed them to improve. Some haven't been able to improve over this period of time.
Has the surgery had to become more major than you thought it was going to be? If you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it'll be good for the ones that we think are good enough, because we'll be bringing in players that hopefully will be going straight into the first team. So sometimes it needs that little bit of change, that little bit of freshness anyway. I think everybody sees where we're short and where we're not quite right, and what we've got to make sure is that we have a much better second half to the season, and I'm sure we'll do that, but that's where we are. Some of them, if you're not good enough, you're not going to be able to show that improvement, and 6 months is well long enough, in 22 games, and most of them have been involved in most of the games.
Are these experienced lads you're bringing in, or young lads? Or
well, yeah. I mean, I won't. It's a little bit of a mix. It's a little bit of both, really. So we won't be saying anything yet until they actually arrive in the building.
Are you confident that they will make a difference? That they will be able to just perk things up?
Well, I hope so. I mean, that's what we're aiming to do, and I'm sure the freshness and the newness of it anyway will be. I mean, we've still got another game with this group, so some will need to be at their best to show people in the stands that might be watching them. So if they're not quite good enough for us, other people are going to be watching, because other people are going to know they're available. So that might help us next week, but come January the 2nd, there'll be at least half the team changes.
Has that surprised you though? Has it surprised you how some of them haven't been able to make it up to this level? Ones that maybe you thought might do and haven't done so?
No, it's not surprised me. I mean, because some people improve. You know, the people that hadn't played in the Football League before, you wanted to give them that opportunity to show they could. You wanted to give the ones that were, you know, on the fringes, that had been released as kids from Football League clubs and went non-league, and then you'd hope that they show the ability to come back and prove themselves. But some have and some haven't. And of course it'll be pretty plain when you see, you know, who I think can and who I think can't come next week.
So by Colchester, you're saying 2 or 3 new lads?
Yeah, there'll be 2 or 3 lads in by Colchester, and then the rest will come in throughout January. As and when
during
we do
that break that you've got, because you've got the break after.
Yeah, we've got a break. I'm
you?
hoping throughout the break, but it's not always like that. You might get an extra 1 or 2 in at that point, but we got the whole of January to. You know, some clubs are waiting to see whether they can get their players at higher levels. We've got to talk to the player because he's got 2 or 3 other options. So there's a bit of business to be done, yeah.
Great, thank you, Gary.
All right.